Okay, hi, I'm here tonight with Rhys. Rhys has been with us since December 2013. One of the main reasons people come to Ignite is to get healthier, but something that I hear over and over again is that people want to reduce body fat. Rhys, in September last year, came and visited me. At that time, he was 29.8% body fat. 6 months later, Rhys is standing here at 19.4% body fat. So really good accomplishment, Rhys, and obviously and clearly you've done really well. So what I wanted to do today was just have a bit of a chat to Rhys and just give you some insights as to how Rhys has successfully gone about dropping 10% of his body fat in the last 6 months. So before we dive into that, Rhys, I might just get you to give us a bit of a rundown of why you decided to join Ignite initially, how you found out about us, and what led you here.
So I moved over from the UK in November 2013, and my trainer back in the UK, I didn't really know anything about CrossFit, but he said, "Rhys, you're a pretty intense person. You'd probably appreciate the high intensity interval stuff because I get bored pretty easily." So he said, "You should look into CrossFit." I moved to Sydney and I looked at the best CrossFit boxes, and even that was a new term to me, and this was the one that got the best reviews. So I came along and did my trial session, and the thing that really hooked me was the culture, because it just captivated me. Similar to kind of like when you go into an Apple store, like it's all kind of natural and free-flowing, but you know it's really intentional.
Yep.
And I found the same here. Like people knew my name, people are genuinely interested, it's fun, it's exciting, they push you, and it just like, and then I became one of those people that was talking about it all the time and posting about it all the time. And yeah, it was the culture at first, and then it was the results that I could see on a regular basis.
Awesome. Alrighty. So obviously, fast forward to September last year, we were sitting in this room. You set the goal of getting to 15% body fat at a point where you were at 29% body fat. So you're not quite there yet, but you're 2/3 of the way there. Just wondering if you could share what are some of the keys to your success over that period.
So I had been coming since December 2013, so there was a long period where I was going up and down and up and down, and I think that's because it's kind of my personality type, to be all or nothing. But what it came down to was, I think focusing on habits, like small things that you can change, that you think it's, right, cool, if I just cut out all sugar and all gluten, then that'll make a big difference. That will make a huge difference, and that's one thing that I did. But it was actually the 1%ers. It was more a case of, I remember my first goal on the chalkboard being, Rhys wants to get in twice a week, which actually, habitually doing that was a big thing for me.
Yep.
And once I built in the routine of coming regularly, it was okay, well, I'm gonna focus on this particular form, I'm going to focus on the deadlift, or I'm going to focus on bench press, or whatever it may be. And then that was really useful for me because little by little I could just laser in on small areas where I was seeing progress, and before I knew it, the results came. Where I fell flat before was, all right, I just want it to happen now. I want to be lean now. When I was expecting now, and then within a couple of weeks of working really bloody hard, and looking at myself thinking, oh, well, I don't see any difference, I'd be disillusioned. But it's because I was focusing on the sort of the aesthetic, as opposed to like looking at measurements and numbers and movements and speed and seeing how that was improving. Because if you focus on those, if you focus on the little things and become a master at those, like the aesthetic stuff and the body fat does drop. It's just that I think sometimes in our head, it's just the way we're wired, I suppose, isn't it? We want instant gratification. We want it straight away. But it's far better for you in the long run if you just focus on the process.
Rhys, one thing that struck me about your journey is your persistence, and also your ability to keep going irrespective of what's been happening in your life, whether you go away, you've recently had a promotion at work, which is a big win. But just looking at the percentage changes, you've had a measurement every month during that period. And if we run through the numbers, I've just got them written behind the camera. September 29.8, October 26.3, November 24.7, December 21.8, January 21, February 20.2, and March 19.4. Something I've seen in the past with people is, 0.8% reduction in a month can sometimes seem deflating, whereas you've just, 0.8% in a month over many months put together is actually quite an achievement. And for someone that's, you know, a self-diagnosed all or nothing person, what advice would you give to like other all or nothing people out there that you know, that are going on this same journey and want, you know, want the same things that you want?
You've got to work with, you know yourself better than anybody else knows you, so you've got to work with what you've got. And like I said, I know that I'm a bit of an extremist. Like I'm either training all the time or I'm not training at all. I'm either eating all the right stuff or I'm just filling my face with like anything that's passing by, generally food, hopefully. I think your all or nothing sort of personality, apply that to your routine, apply that to your workout. Come in and be like, right, cool, for the next 60 minutes, I'm just all about this. I'm all about this form, I'm all about this exercise, I'm going to give it everything. And then walk out and feel as though, okay, I've given it my all. That's the best way. Just apply yourself, be present, I suppose, in the workout, but also it's the measurements. Like the way that you're going to keep yourself sort of motivated is turning up for your monthly, your 6-week measurements, hold yourself accountable. And even if it's not what you want to hear, like sometimes I came and I wanted to hear that I dropped like 2%, it was only 0.8, but it was still progress, and you've no way of knowing where you need to get to unless you're benchmarking yourself. You've got to hold yourself accountable. Sometimes it felt like I was coming into the head teacher's office and being like, oh, I don't think I've done all that well. But sometimes it was like all my Christmases at once because I was seeing good results. But you've got to be consistent and just hold yourself accountable to that. I think that helps.
Yeah, good stuff. So where to from here, Rhys? So what's the next 6 months got in store with your health, fitness?
I need to drop another 4.4. that's where I'm at. I don't know, I'm super passionate about what I do, and it's interesting, as soon as you see results in yourself and other people recognize results in you, it becomes a passion. So all I seem to talk about in work now, outside of my day-to-day work, is fitness and health, because people are asking me questions and I'm thinking, like, why? I don't know why you're asking me, but it's because they can see that it's had an impact on me. So off the back of that, I'm actually quite interested in following a fitness qualification myself, in order to be able to help other people. So it's addictive. It's like a bug.
Yeah, awesome. Rhys, thanks for sharing your insights, and looking forward to having you as part of the community for many years to come.
Likewise.
Cheers, Rhys.
He's a legend.
All right.